Hello, hello. Let's talk about face balance cascade and what's gonna make this kind of trick possible. There's a few different elements. There is being able to actually hold the face balance in whatever position. You can learn this on the chin, you can learn this on the nose, you can learn this on the forehead. It's basically all the same trick, you're just training a different balance position. So being able to balance there is a really important part. I don't recommend learning the face balance with a club. I recommend getting something that is easier to balance. That could be a cane, that could be a broom, a peacock feather is a great place to start. All of these things have weight at the top and are longer, so they have a much longer moment of inertia. It takes longer for them to really start falling in a certain direction. And that length of time is what's gonna buy you the time you need to make the correction necessary to keep the thing balanced on your face. So that's step one, have a good face balance. It's not really necessary for this trick because as you can see, I'm not actually balancing it, it's just moving through the position. But ultimately, you're gonna wanna be able to stop there, you're gonna wanna be able to use the different positions, and it's gonna give you the most control overall. Another really important aspect of this is learning to get into the position as quickly as possible, making that placement happen so that it rolls off the chin in the direction that you want. I recommend at first just working with one club and trying to get it there as fast as possible and figure out what it means to set yourself up for success. You don't want to throw a regular throw and catch it way down here and then have to bring it all the way up to the chin. You want to throw a much higher throw so that you're already positioned and can just move it down to the chin. Put your hand up high and try throwing that club up to that position. This sets you up so that you can then just boop, place it in your desired face balance position. As such, you'll notice when I'm doing the cascade and getting set up for that face balance, I don't throw it down here and then try and move it all the way up top. I don't have time for that. I need to throw it higher. It would be like throwing a 1.5 throw if I was to throw it that high normally. And that higher throw, boom, now I'm right there for it. And so every throw I do ends up being a lot higher in order to make this trick really as effortless as possible. Having the position of your throws sorted out is really important, and not just the rotation and throwing it to that position, but also spatial orientation. Like I much prefer to have my throws off to the side in kind of an underarm throw position, because then it opens up the viewing space for that face balance and there's no conflict that's gonna happen. But that required having a decent underarm throw dialed in and being able to juggle more on the wall point. That is not necessarily a natural throw, but it might be a useful one to start practicing for this. Now, with that said, I did not learn it that way. I learned it the more traditional sense from a high cascade. But as you can see, that handle coming around, if thrown improperly, can whack into the club. And that's quite unpleasant if that happens. A very different version of face balance cascade would be balancing in any one of those positions, but having several face balance positions that you can actually play around with and bringing the other club up, placing it in the position, and then letting the one that's already in place fall so that you can cycle all of the clubs. This does not happen fast. Certainly in the way that I do it. I have seen people do like a little flash of it very fast, but in this case, what I'm doing is waiting to release the existing balance until the one that I want to take its place is in position. And then I can let it fall, and only then do I switch my focus to the next position. Right, so from the angle, I'm on the chin, I bring the nose one up and I get it into position. And I'm still balancing the chin one. And only when I'm ready to let go of that one, then I switch my focus to the other club. That is a super important part of being able to do the face balance cascade. There are some fun things you can do from that position. For example, if you're on the nose or the chin or whatever, you use the handle, and as it's falling, give it a little pop up. Something like that. One of my favorites is to tap it with the body of the club. Getting the right amount of rotation is one of the biggest challenges there, but it doesn't have to be a cascade, it could just be a one-off. Maybe I did my face balance, run, stop on the nose, and then boom, one big hit, and I'm into my next pattern. So it could just be a transitional thing that has a lot of punch. Hey, I hope this helped with your face balance cascade and face balance play. Jeremiah is my name, and if you want to learn a little bit more about club juggling or juggling in general, follow the channel and also check out the Patreon, Juggling with Jeremiah, where I'll answer your questions. I'll make videos by request. This video is actually one of those. And I'll be there to help support your juggling journey. All the links in the description if you want to learn some more. Have a good one out there.